And in the 7th year, Jehoiada gained strength. He took the chiefs of the hundreds, Azariah the son of Jeroham, Ishmael the son of Jehohanan, Azariah the son of Obed, Messiah the son of Adaiah, and Elisaphat the son of Zichri with him in a covenant. They went about in Judah and gathered the Levites from all the cities of Judah, the chiefs of the fathers' houses of Israel, and they came to Jerusalem. The entire congregation enacted a covenant in the house of God with the king, and he said to them, Behold, the king's son shall reign, as the Lord spoke concerning the sons of David. This is the thing that you shall do. A third of you, of those coming in on the Sabbath, of the priests and of the Levites, shall be gatekeepers of the thresholds. And a third shall be in the king's palace, and a third in the Yesod gate, and all the people in the courts of the house of the Lord. No one shall enter the house of the Lord, except the priests and the ministers of the Levites. They shall enter, because they are holy, and all the people shall keep the Lord's watch. The Levites shall surround the king, each one with his weapons in his hand, and whoever enters the house shall be put to death, and you shall be with the king when he comes in and when he goes out. And the Levites and all Judah did according to all that Jehoiada the priest commanded. And he took each one his man of those coming in on the Sabbath, and with those leaving on the Sabbath, for Jehoiada the priest did not dismiss the divisions. Jehoiada gave to the chiefs of the hundreds the spears, the bucklers, and the shields of King David, which were in the house of God. And he stationed the entire people, and each one with a sword in his hand, from the right side of the house to the left side of the house, before the altar and the house surrounding the king. And they brought out the king's son and placed upon him the crown and the testimony, and they made him king. And Jehoiada and his sons anointed him and said, Long live the king. Athaliah heard the sound of the people running and praising the king, and she came to the people to the house of the Lord. She saw, and behold, the king was standing on his stand in the entrance, and the officers and the trumpets beside the king, and the people of the Lord rejoicing and sounding the trumpets. And the singer played on musical instruments and led the singing of praise. And Athaliah rent her garments and said, Treason, treason. Jehoiada the priest brought out the officers of the hundreds, those appointed over the army, and said to them, Take her out to within the ranks, and whoever follows her is to be put to death by the sword. For the priest said, Do not put her to death in the house of the Lord. And they made a place for her, and she came to the entrance of the house gate to the king's palace, and they put her to death there. Jehoiada enacted a covenant between himself and all the people and the king, that they should become the Lord's people. And all the people came to the temple of the Baal and tore it down, and its altars and its images they smashed, and Mattan, the priest of the Baal, they slew before the altars. And the priest set up appointees over the house of the Lord in the hand of the priests, the Levites whom David had divided over the house of the Lord, to offer up the burnt offerings, as is written in the law of Moses, with joy and with song by the hands of David. And he stationed the gatekeepers over the gates of the house of the Lord, so that no one who was unclean should enter for any matter. And he took the officers of the hundreds and the mighty men and the rulers over the people and all the people of the land, and he brought the king down from the house of the Lord. They came within the upper gate to the king's palace, and they sat the king upon the throne of the kingdom. All the people of the Lord rejoiced. The city was quiet, and they slew Athaliah by the sword.